Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. So, last time I logged out in Thunderbluff after explaining some of the reputation system, especially in the comments. And what I've done sort of off recording is that I've handed in most of the quests that I had previously completed. Two of those quests led to follow-ups, which I have here. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in Orgrimmar right now. Yeah, you could ask why didn't you hand in the quest before all those completed quests. It was because they didn't award me any reputation, or they did reward reputation, but I could hand them in when I reached 60 and still get sort of the full reputation amount for them. I explained all of this sort of this system, or the sort of the way things work about reputation in the previous video, in a comment there especially. Anyway, I'm just gonna go up here. So the first quest here that I'm gonna hand in, Betrayed here. It was done in episode, let's see, 188.
Loktar!
I'm just where I killed some, I don't know, I had to summon some kind of, she looked like a blood elf or something like that in the Shada. But you can see the quest chain sort of in episode 188. And this is the final quest.
With honor.
And as you can see, rather hefty reward, or maybe I'm just not used to completing quests at this sort of higher level. So I get 4 gold, 38 silver for a fairly easy quest chain, and an additional 3 for the mall. I'm just going for the money. There's nothing I read here really. And a nice fat chunk of 150 Orgrimmar reputation. So this quest especially was, I just waited with it because I think it was level 56, and so I could always sort of hand it in and get the full amount of reputation, which I got there. The other quest is back from episode, let me see, what was that? It was episode 169. It was my healing debut where I thought I killed the tank. Fortunately I didn't. And it finally led to that I have to hand in some poison here in the Undercity. Let's see, where is it? Over here at the apothecary. Surprisingly enough, because it's always the sort of poison guys there. The previous quest was summoning Shadra, like I said, and that's where I was healing very reluctantly. I don't know, I'm just so nervous about healing because I'm really afraid of getting people killed, and that just makes me a terrible healer because I'm really, really nervous. And when you're nervous, you are playing badly, like if you just started the game, really. So I made some stupid mistake back then. I thought at some point I targeted the tank because the big spider shatter was moving, and then when I retargeted the tank, I thought that the spider's life was the tank's life, and the spider was almost dead. So I was about, oh my god, I'm gonna kill the tank now, but I didn't. Fortunately.
For Sylvanas.
Anyway, last part of this quest chain here is let's see. What do you say, guys? 7 gold, 57 silver for a quest. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. And nothing I really need here is decent rewards, really, but yeah, I'll go for the gold. So it's almost 10 gold completed.
Beware.
And a 200, nice fat 200 Undercity reputation. So I still have a couple of quests left. Some are grey, some are green, some are in dungeons that I've picked up. I'm not going to complete any of those now, because sort of the main event, you could say, of now is that I've saved up some items, and it's time to equip them. And I want to do it here with my apothecary guys. The items that I have here are, first of all, I got a book, Gift of the Wild Ring 2. So these books drop from, I I think it's sort of various dungeons and lower rates. Say, for an example could be like Blackrock Spire or something like that. The book is fairly often, I think, on the auction house, and I think the price level on this server on Necrosher is like from 10 to 30 gold. I got it for 10 gold, so I guess that's a decent price. I'd say 20 gold would be a fair price as well, but that's just my humble opinion. I'm just gonna remove some of the extra buffs I have here, and I'm just gonna remove all my buffs actually. So I have Gift of the Wild rank 1, and the book is rank 2. And I don't know, maybe the book rank 1 it drops at even lower places than the rank 2 book. I'm not quite sure. The thing is, the book is, as you can see, and that's the reason why I have it, because I bought it from the auction house, is that it's bind on equip. It's not bind on pickup, so you can actually sell it on your auction house if you already have it, and that's quite nice for me anyway. So I'm just gonna buff myself with the Gift of the Wild rank 1. There you go. And as you can see, I get, let's see, 240, 10, and 15 stats, and the duration is 60 minutes. So I'm gonna learn rank 2 here. And I suppose I have to find it. Okay, so I can't even, well, I can see the stats here. So they are armor 384, all attributes 16, and resistance 27. So let's say 384, 16, and 27. And as you can see, it's quite an improvement actually compared to rank 1 here. So unfortunately, you need some kind of materials in order to be able to cast the spells. This Gift of the Wild, and the rank 1 was these wild berries, and the new one is, I don't know, something else, but I'll figure it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move I need wild, let's see, what's it? Wild thorn root. You can buy that from vendors, usually in the main cities. I'm just gonna, put it over here, and eventually I'm just gonna get the right sort of materials for it. So the idea of this is that you can buff the whole raid, so you don't have to buff every single member or the whole group if you're in a dungeon group. And yeah, that would take quite a while if everyone had to buff 39 other people or something like that. Anyway, next item ready for equip is this one, Idol of the Moon. It drops about the same places as the book that I just learned, and it's So we're talking high-end dungeons, lower-end raids, stuff like that. And as with the book, it's bind on equip, so I have a chance to actually use it, even though I haven't found it myself. Well, I found it on the auction house. The current price range is 30 to 74 gold, and I've just seen it now, just before I logged in here, for 74 gold. I bought it like a long time ago, like 6 months ago, for 30 gold. So yeah, it's just so you have an idea about what these things actually cost. And I'm just gonna equip it. There we go. So it's an extra slot here that had this first time I'm gonna use it. So what it does is it increases the damage of my Moonfire spell by up to 33. I think, well, not I think, but I read that some guy that had made some testing, and he said the ticks of the Moonfire is about 5 extra, something like that. But what would be better than a field trip, and I think I'm going to do that afterwards, to try and sort of check that out. Anyway, the last 2 items I got is the Scenario Embracers from Molten Core. They drop from trash mobs in Molten Core. They have like a 0.5 to 2% chance to drop from trash mobs. And the same goes with the belt. Very, very nice items to equip at fresh 60. And it's items that is very rarely on the auction house. These two I bought like half a year ago when I sort of knew that I would start a Moonkin. And the enchant, by the way, that's put on the 7 intellect, I had that done by a buddy of mine. That's actually, he's raiding regularly. He said that the options you have are on braces are 7 intellect or 9 stamina. And he chose stamina as a mage because I guess he's a little more squishy than me. I prefer the 7 intellect as I'm always struggling with my mana pool. And yeah, well, my stamina has been increased quite a bit when I equipped the last time I did a sort of an equipping round, you could say, where I got sort of my staff and the headpiece, etc. So yeah, well, I'm just gonna equip it, and yeah, about the price, like I said, it's very rarely on auction house. I actually only seen it twice, and I sort of check out the auction house regularly, like at least, I don't know, twice a day if I'm able to be online, something like that. And I've seen them twice. The first time I bought them, they were the sort of, it's from back when the anniversary servers sort of removed the main raiding guild that was on the server here. Some of the guys has come back, and like I said in a previous episode, they are currently raiding Naxxramas, at least I think the first or the second wing, something like that. So the server is coming back to life, definitely, and that's very nice. But I haven't seen any of this for probably like 6 months. So it's not like it's stockpiled in the new raiding group, because normally they will only sort of sell what they have as a surplus, you could say. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be any surplus, or the other option is that there is a little surplus, but it's getting sold instantly or something like that. Back then, the price was, I think, 250 gold buyout for the bracers, and the same for the belt, I think. And the bid was 150, and I got both for bids, so 2 times 150 gold. And I think a couple of months later I saw the set again, and they were for, it was maybe 300 and 400 gold, 300 bid and 400 buyout. So it's pretty hefty stuff. And yeah, I'm proud to, I think, equip my first purple item here. So I'm just going to equip both of them. There's a slight different in coloration. Just gonna, if you look again at the bracer, yeah, it's sort of light. It's light above the gloves as far as I can see. Yeah, and the same with the belt. We are talking black belt, not in karate, but in Moonkin here. And now I'm gonna get the white belt here. So it seems it's you can always already see it's a set here. The coloration matches. So I did a little math as well, and the difference, because I'm actually losing sort of I'm just gonna equip my old stuff here again. The old stuff here, there was a 2 set bonus that gives me 200 armor. You can see the green out here by the cloak. When you look at the texture, you can see the 2 set bonus is 200 armor. So I'm losing that. Other than that, of course, it's a better set, no doubt about it. And the total math is that I'm gaining 14 stamina, I'm losing 1 intellect, I'm gaining 13 spirit, I'm gaining 15 spell power, and I'm gaining 4 mana per 5 seconds. I think it was, yes, from the belt here. Further, I get better stats when I buff with well, I can buff everybody with actually the stats that I have here, with the rank 2 book instead of the rank 1. And finally, my ticks should improve. So yeah, that's about it. So I was thinking, yeah, well, actually I can, now that I'm here, I might as well do a full run through. Yeah, I'm just short where I got them from. So this is from the auction house. Yeah, I had some guy craft these for me, the shoulders. This is from a quest in the hinterlands, around level 50 quest. Had a guy craft these for me as well. I just equipped the bracers here from Molten Core. And the staff was the class quest from Sunken Temple. This is from, world drop from, well, it's not exactly a world drop because it can't really drop anywhere. It's from higher, as to my knowledge, it's higher in dungeons, say like Skolomans or Blackrock Spire, lower in raid, sort of. Auction house. These can drop, it's from a mob that can be spawned at 62 elite in Silithus, I think. And auction house, and from a quest I did in, it was in, I don't know, I don't remember I have to look this up, guys. When there's something you just wanna, it's from Dustwallow Marsh down here. So you got Orgrimmar here, and it's from down there, but it's a long quest chain. Not that the item itself is anything special, it's actually one of my weaker parts, probably. And talk about weaker parts, these are the best trinkets that I actually have. So I got Nifty Stopwatch from the Badlands, long quest chain as well, and then I got Carrot on a Stick, it's from Sulfarak, will give me a little increased mount speed. So, talent tree, I think now I might as well make a full run through. So, improved Wrath, that pretty much goes without saying. So I'm casting my main spell faster, unless the mob is immune to nature damage. Then I have an option to cast the Starfire instead, which is an arcane spell damage. Nature's Grasp, mobs have a chance to be entangled if they touch me. Improved Moonfire. Improved Roots. Let's see, increase the critical strike damage bonus from your Starfire, Moonfire and Wrath spells. Very important spell, of course. So increased crit chance. Or not crit chance, but crit damage. Improved Starfire, so I can cast the other spell as fast as possible. And it's a very slow cast spell. We are talking, that's the reason why I'm not using it, is 3-second cast, and if any mob is sort of interrupting you, it takes like forever to get the spell off. So Wrath is way more sort of secure casting, it's a fast cast, so 1.5 second instead of 3-second cast. Nature's Reach, so I can hit the mobs from a little further away. Nature's Grace, this is very nice proc, by the way. So sometimes my spells can proc that I can cast the next spell for half a second faster. It's felt alright. Reduce cost on my spells, very important because I suffer with my mana pool. Increase the damage done with my Starfire, Moonfire and Wrath spells by 10%. And finally, Moonkin form. I got 0 talents in Feral, and in Restoration I got improved Mark of the Wild. A 70% chance to avoid being interrupted when I'm doing my healing spells. Mana regeneration while casting. Insect Swarm, I'm hardly using it, but I could imagine that being in a group or raid, I mean, Moonkin is sort of renowned for having low damage in raids compared to many other classes, so you're more like a support class or a pet, you could say. So the main reason why people even want you in the raid is due to the Moonkin aura, so I give all the casters 3% extra spell crit due to my Moonkin aura. But Insect Swarm is quite nice if you can get the spell off on a boss. He has a 2% chance to miss a hit. On the tank, of course, on anyone the tank tries to hit, but mainly the tank, and that should be pretty huge. It's not a balance spell, so I can't cast it while I'm in Moonkin form. So I have sort of separated down here on my cast bar from the others, because if I want to get it off, then I would have to sort of cast it, then go Moonkin, and then sort of do my regular sort of rotation. What else we got? This is just, the last two here. Reduce the threat generated by my healing spells, completely useless as a Moonkin, pretty much. Well, not completely, but close to. yeah, improved rejuvenation, sure, it's fine. My rejuvenation things for a little better, but it's like there is nothing else to really use use my my remaining talent points on. So with my new pieces equipped here, I think it would be kind of nice to do a little field trip and test out the new gear if we can spot any difference. It probably won't be that much because we are talking 15 extra spell power, and then the ticks from the idol that I'm not quite sure how much the difference is. But I'm actually thinking about sort of equipping my old stuff and removing this one as well. And I'm gonna grind some mobs, and then we can sort of see what's the average damage. And when after that I'm gonna equip the 3 new pieces, and we can sort of compare the damage done. Just gonna sell my nice quest rewards here. So
farewell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna focus a bit on getting out of the elevator alive here. So usually I dismount and I always take a fresh elevator. This was a perfect example of why you should do that. As it went up kind of instantly when I was about to enter. But I always take a fresh elevator. It would be such a terrible way to die, to get squashed or die from falling damage. And the reason why I'm not mounted here is because sometimes you tend to get stuck in these doorways. Yeah. So, where are we heading? We are heading for Western Plaguelands. I'm just gonna buff this little lock here. There we go. And it's not a complete coincidence that I want to do a little grind there. Because it has a bit to do with sort of the strategic or long-term aim, the short-term as well, I guess. Western Plaguelands, by the way, is the neighboring zone here. So, yeah, like I said in the previous video, you know, initially I started out to have fun. And then I guess the goal sort of became to become level 60. I think for now I'm gonna grind reputation wherever I can. So I might not go the typical way that a sort of a pro player would do if you reach 60, because it's always, you know, item mongering. You want to get new gear. As I just got here, but I've sort of bought it like 6 months ago. Sure, I would like some new gear, it's nice, but I'm not, you know, tongue out of my mouth running crazy in order to get some new gear. I got patience, and I'd like to do as many of the quests as possible. So, yeah. So the plan is to grind some reputation, where eventually maybe I can sort of get some recipes or items out of it. And I think I might start out with Argent Dawn, because I think as the realistic sort of longer term goal would be to how to formulate this would be to do higher end dungeons, like actually in the area I'm in here. We are talking, this is, so in Eastern Plaguelands we got, no, actually where I am here, I think this is this is Scholomance over here. It's one of the higher end, well, it's a level 60 dungeon. And in the neighboring zone of Eastern Plaguelands, I think it's up here. It's Stratholme, and Stratholme has, I think, even 2 wings. There's a living and an undead side. You could see where the mobs are sort of dead, or if it's normal sort of humanoids. But besides grinding reputation, and like I said, I'm gonna start out with Argent Dawn because the 2 dungeons I just mentioned, they are sort of likely to be the ones where I will initially get a spot, you could say. Other than that, I may be looking at very low-end sort of raiding, maybe some of the lowest in Black Rock Mountain, but about all this sort of dungeon and raids, I'd like to read up on it first because I haven't been there for more than 10 years, or so I want to check out the boss mechanics and stuff. Not just for my own reason, for my own safety, but also for the groups. And further, I have to, you even have to be accepted in here. I mean, there is quite a few players doing dungeons and lower end raids and stuff, but I can understand why they won't take sort of anyone on the server here. But other than that, I'd just like to, I guess, do some more of the quests. I'm just going to show you the world map. As you can see, there's quite a few quests remaining yet still. So, in order for it not just to be sort of a semi-boring reputation grind that is very sort of repetitive, then I might as well, combine it with a little questing, and hopefully it can help people that want to do some of the quests and maybe are even struggling with them or figuring out if they want to do the quests or not, sort of. I'm just gonna buff up here. And then, I don't know, I think I'll kill like 10, 15 mobs here and see what the sort of average damage is. Then I'm gonna equip the 3 new pieces and we can sort of test it out there as well. So, oh yeah, I almost forgot. So when you're grinding these mobs and you want to grind Argent Dawn reputation, these guys, they will award, I think, like 5 reputation. They are fairly low level compared to me. There is another spot, I think, up here or there where I can grind sort of maybe like 55 to 57 or something like that. Same kind of undead mobs. But I'm gonna start, slow here. It's for testing as well. But if you equip this sort of trinket, then you have a chance to that the mobs will drop some of the items like these, like scorch stones, bone fragments, blah blah, yada yada yada. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's check out the damage here. And as you can see, I got 5 reputation from the mob. This looks like more than 1. I might be wrong. Let's start out with this guy. So as usual, even though I'm 60 and I'm better equipped than I've ever been, I'm gonna have an escape route as usual. And like I said, what we're interested in here and looking at the damage, so we are talking 359, 376, 381. We could look about sort of the highest damage. But then again, some of these mobs may have sort of resistance to my spell, so that will sort of neglect some of the damage. It's a little hard to say, really, how much extra damage 15 spell power will give you. Or the tick from the Moonfire, but I'm gonna kill a bit more and then equip the new gear. See if there's any difference. But I think with the Argent Dawn reputation here, and I can run through what could be interesting for me besides just grinding the reputation. I mean, what the vendors have, etc. But I think you can grind lower mobs for this region, like this level 50 mob here, up to, I'm currently, I think, neutral. And I can imagine you can grind mobs up to I don't know if it's friendly or honored. I might tell you that in the next video. Further, there's some kind of repeatable quest here. I think you have to sort of fix this cauldron thingy here. It's a repeatable quest, as you can see, it's blue. And I've done it once before. I think you have to kill some kind of special mob in order to be able to do that quest. But yeah, I'm not that interested. I think it's actually maybe it's the jabbering go about down there. He's level 54. It's a little higher level than the others. I can imagine one of these mobs will provide you with the key. And you can then get to the cauldron and get, I don't know, some reputation. But it's another way sort of to do some of the lower end Argent Dawn reputation. The Argent Dawn itself, I think I've completed like 2-3 quests all over the world before I got here. Some of those quests were all the way back to... I remember there's one in Black Fathom Deeps, for instance. We are talking at like level 26, 27 dungeon, something like that. Maybe up to 30. When your character level is 30. So there was a guy or two in there that would give you like 100 reputation. I'm gonna get attacked now. Yep. It can happen in this neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood here. So, no, it's actually fairly easy here, but the neighboring zone is probably gonna get a lot worse. But the damage, yeah, 364, 369. And yeah, I didn't get to finish my drink, but I can test some of the focus a bit on the Moonfire ticks as well to see if there's any difference there. When I equipped the idol, I mean. Or was it a relic? Oh, it's an idol. I think chamois might have relics instead. This sorry, this particular slot there. So 269, 128 ticks. Yeah, enough. Okay, I'm a little impatient now and doesn't match well with hardcore, but so the 3 new pieces are equipped now. Let's see what they can do. And 265, so it's not that much of a difference to see really, but like I said, this is hard because the mobs can have different resists to this stuff. So it's not like 15 spell power is, you know, a crazy sort of lot, but it's some of course. And typically you build up your gears nice and slow. In a realistic world, I mean. Oh. I mean, the way I just geared up here is actually sort of... I guess you... More sort of wealthy players would be, or raiders really would be only be able to gear up like that. So yeah, I farmed the world and I farmed the auction house, and you could say now I finally sort of got the reward for it and was able to get some from my work, meaning these 3 new items. So I was a little interested in maybe doing this sort of cauldron quest, but I'm not quite sure. I think I need some kind of key, and I think actually it's this guy that has the key. I'm just gonna mark him. Maybe do some of the smaller mobs here so I can get a little closer to him. I don't know about his patrol route though. So I'm just gonna remove one of them. Kill this guy. So I would think about around 5 ticks per, or 5 extra damage per tick or something like that on the Moonfire. It's not. That's sort of the comments I saw about the Moonfire idol here. Oh. Problem is, the guy that I wanted, this guy, he's getting annihilated by some of these Scarlet guys down there, so I probably can't do the quest right now. I got a feeling that he was like the guy that had the key, because he was sort of sticking out in name and level-wise. And as the respawns are starting to appear, I'm just gonna move a little back. So I would say the damage is slightly higher, but like I said, the mobs could have sort of different resistances. I mean, the casters over the these flayers, and their level versus my level has something to do with it as well, I think. So it's a bit hard to say, but yeah, the damage is definitely not lower from my new gear, and that would kind of suck if it was. It was a pretty decent investment after all. But I suppose as a new level 60, this is what you can do alone. At least you can start grinding some of the, grindy reputations like these, and maybe even Timbermore Hold, but I'll get to those eventually. I think I'll look out for that special gold and grind some more of these guys in the meantime. What's pretty nasty about this spot, by the way, is that the blue skeletons there, they are pretty much frost mages. So if you get a bad pull with these guys, it's not gonna be easy to get away here, and that's naturally something that one should take into consideration when grinding here. And having a good old escape route. So my escape route is running back to the road and this way if I'm in trouble. I think this will be a double sort of caster pool. I might get this guy as well. Nope. And about all these, like I said, these items that drop from the mobs, or have a chance to drop. They are... they can be handed in at Argent Dawn, but I'm not quite sure what when I'm supposed to do that. I have to read up on that as well. But sort of the future most likely scenario, besides sort of grinding reputation and the part of the reputation that I can do myself like this, and doing a couple of quests, or some of the pretty much all the remaining quests that I can solo, or maybe I can even get some help and some other guy needs the quest as well. I can imagine it's the two dungeons here, Skullman's and Stratholm. That would be the likely next encounter, and yeah, that's I think that's my goal. So basically I'm gonna read up on the bosses there, maybe even see what kind of loot that can drop there without going into any kind of loot frenzy. So, I think I'm gonna kill this guy as well. Just gonna move my Owlie behind out on the road into safety, and yeah, I think that's about it for this episode, guys. With the field behind me, where I'm probably gonna grind some more reputation. Yeah, with that in view, I'm gonna bid you a fair farewell. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.